this area called?
I think it's part of Porvorim.
Really?
Yeah, because all sides there are roads. This is Defense Colony, that's some other colony, and beyond this is some other colony. So it's a jungle inside a city.
Yeah, dude. This must have been what original Porvorim must have been like.
Even I used to imagine like what it would have been. Even Panjim like that, man. It's a beach.
Yeah?
They made it up like I don't know.
They made it into full city center, dude. McDonald's is there now.
How far do I go this thing? It's this.
See the audio waveform, right?
So I'm audio 1 or 2?
You'll be audio.
Okay, you're 2.
Yeah.
So there's no yeah. Need to be loud, I guess.
I mean, yeah. Or just hold it closer to your mouth if you want.
Okay.
Just find a nice resting position.
Now I see a waveform.
You'll still be heard. It'll just be a little bit quiet, like you're
Okay.
whispering, like a friend whispering in the distance. Hey. So yeah, tell me. Now I want to know about college. So first, you didn't follow the passion. You did engineering first. So tell me about that. So that was after 12th, right?
No, so after 10th, so my dad's been in UAE for a while. He's into this engineering space. So he naturally wanted me to get into that same field because he knows there's a lot of money and a good settled life you can have.
Yeah.
So I think because of that, after 10th he somehow convinced me in that age, which was too easy I guess, to do engineering, and I can help you find a job and that sort of thing. So yeah, without much thought I said okay fine, let's do it. And then that's what mechanical, electrical and civil, there are like 3-4 good options, out of which the most so it's like seasons. Say 2010 to 2015 mechanical would be the most opted one, then 15 to 17 it'll be electrical, and depends on the job opportunities and what's going on. So at that time it was mechanical. So they put me into mechanical, and that was for diploma, which is a 4-year course, out of which 3 years we do in college, and there's 1 year industrial training, where we go to a company. So I was in L&T, and you have to go there and work as a junior for 1 year, which was pretty much nice. It was pretty fun. But and diploma was fun too, like good friends, good crowd, and pretty simple in terms of academics. Not
what
too
kind
much
of stuff
stress.
will they teach you there?
It's basics of engineering, in the sense it's mostly maths, various forms of maths. Like there'll be formulas and shit in every subject. You have to find out some solution to some problem somewhere.
Okay.
That sort of stuff. So but good crowd, good campus, and a lot of fun.
Which college was this?
Father Agnel's.
Father Agnel's.
Yeah, but I also think it's because of the age that we enjoyed. All of us were too power at that age to do all the fucked up stuff that we do now.
How old was this? So this was after 10th,
After
right?
10th, 4 years. I don't know the
17,
age.
18, right?
Yeah, it's 16 you finished 10th.
16, 17, 18.
So 17, 18, 19.
Wow. Rahul at that time.
Yeah.
So now, how long was that course? 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So you finished when you were?
I finished when I was, say, 20, I guess. Because at 16 you finished 10th, right? Or am I wrong?
I think so. Around 16, 17. I think it's
because
around
I
that.
think 12th is 18 and then...
Yeah.
So, I guess...
Probably
so 16 to 20 I was doing diploma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then?
And then degree.
Okay, so then what's the diploma is for like school?
Yeah. So
but it's towards engineering.
No, it's not like school. It's a
like junior college.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in 12th, say if you have physics, chemistry, maths subjects, in this you would have all that. But then on top of that, you would have say applied mechanics or like stuff related to mechanical engineering, but basics. And then you you go one step ahead in degree and you learn a bit more. And then there's masters also if you want to be really fucked up in life.
So you finished And then you did degree. Degree was
Yeah.
where?
Degree was
All in Bombay only?
Yeah, so this first one was in Vashi, Father and second one was in Nerul, all Navi Mumbai. Fuck, look at those.
Oh wow. Forurum birds are flying. Wow,
Feels like a
actually.
jungle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even earlier, we was coming with Netra, right? We made us stop at not the Torda Creek Road, but the parallel one to that, so less traveled one. That we went there and we sat there. It was so. I've come back to Goa, and that was the first time really silence I was experiencing, and it felt like I realized like what? How is that not like? I remember when I first came for college, we were staying in Vincent. I couldn't sleep; it was so quiet. I needed some avaz like that. Like this bird sound and all was not the avaz I was looking for. But yeah. Okay, so degree then.
Yeah, degree happened. Degree was a turning point. Like midway, I figured out that I'm not good for this shit. I was not interested. I could have learned and I could have scored marks if I wanted to, but then I didn't want it. And then I didn't do it.
Okay.
So things started getting fucked up at home. Parents started getting worried. I had to, sit and explain to them that I won't be able to do this shit like throughout my life.
Yeah.
Figure out a living out of it and then keep continuing till the time you want to work.
Yeah.
9 to 5.
If the interest is just not there, then.
Yeah. So, and I don't know why. So yeah, we had a small camera at home, which was like a home camera, family camera, and you would use only if you go for outings and stuff. So yeah, small camera, and yeah, we used to only use it while there was some family outing or some relatives came and we went somewhere and we had to click pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the one who used to use it mainly in my family at least. So I used to click pictures and now and then people used to come and tell me that they look nice. Maybe because they look nice in it, but whatever. And then that somehow gave me some motivation to try clicking more pictures, and so that went on for a while, and I somehow developed some interest in this photography thing, camera and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I also started working with a friend of mine who used to stay in the same building.
Yeah.
And that Arjun Menon I've told you about.
Okay.
So I used to do weddings with him. And then that also became a thing, because I think I was too small at that time to go shoot a wedding and stuff. Like that was my end of teenage sort of space, and then that also gave me a good sort of motivation to pursue this thing, and then
learn it properly.
Yeah, by the time I figured out that I didn't want to do engineering, I thought that I'll try on photography. I didn't like, now I can say that I thought about it, but then I was pretty sure that I wanted to become a photographer. And,
what was like that one thing that you like? I don't know. Maybe there wasn't maybe one thing. Maybe slowly over time, it was one thought and then it became a more strong thought over time. But is there any like specific? Like for me, it was when I just decided to ask my parents, can we get this point and shoot camera that's there that all these YouTubers are using? I was like, this is I only knew that one was there and that one was good. So I said, that's it. And then when I got that in my hands, I couldn't help but use it.
Yeah, that was 60D for me.
Yeah.
Before that, all cameras were those same
simple
point and shoot, but the Sony Cybershot and stuff it was too small to do.
Yeah. It's not meant for it properly.
Yeah, I mean, even the colors were too vibrant and a lot of
meant
vignette
for families who just
didn't
didn't care.
So when it was time to get a camera, I again told my parents. They were like, that's what spending such a huge amount on a camera at that time was not understood for them.
Yeah.
So then my aunt stepped in. She told me that she can help me with some money.
Nice.
Whatever you get from your dad, I can put this on top, and then you get whatever you want.
Nice.
And then I got a 60D with an 18-200 and a 50mm, of course.
Of course, the classic.
Yeah.
So then, you've finished. Did you finish engineering?
Engineering I finished because
Yeah.
again, the whole my cousin thing happened in second year.
Yeah.
He passed away, and then
Yeah.
that was the turning point
Hmm.
when I realized that tomorrow you could die or even today. So if you die today, and if you think back about your life, you should be happy about what you did. And at that time I wasn't. If
Yeah.
the next day that happened to me, I wouldn't have been happy about what I did with my life till the time I lived. So
Hmm.
that is what
It pushed you.
pushed you to change my path and
Okay.
follow this.
So what age was this when engineering degree finished?
Let's calculate again. 20 plus 22. So from 23 I guess I started. Yeah, so 22. 22 was second year, and second
Okay.
year ke end mein this happened. So
Okay. Wow. And then it comes to Goa, where we
yeah.
came and met for the first time. So how did you find out about college?
So again, after my degree got over,
Yeah.
results and all came, and dad asked me, what do you want to do? Like, I'll study, I'll look for some college or no. So this thing happened. NID came in. NID's applications were in some,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I applied and I got selected,
Hmm.
and I passed the whatever test they had, entrance
Amazing.
test, and I went for interviews, and then I didn't get selected in the interviews. My rank was some 24, 25 something. I don't know. Yeah. No, they take like say 7.
I know, but that's
yeah.
crazy, dude. Out of however many people apply, and then 24 also is still too much.
Yeah, I mean, anyways, so that didn't happen, and then I had no idea, man, what to do. Like, I had no answer to give back at home about what I'm going to do, and they also pretty much saw that nothing was happening. So my dad told me that I'll give you another month. If you can't figure out something in that month, then okay, or else I'm
Tata.
I'm going to parcel you to Dubai. So I had to, man. So I
Yeah.
sat down and googled what all colleges are available in India for photography, and of course this came out good marketing,
Mm.
and good few interesting videos
Yes.
to watch,
Yes.
and I fell for it.
No, but really, I was thinking about this. The year all of us joined,
Yeah.
that year was a really good year for the advertising of the college.
Yeah.
Because they just
Yeah.
had that foreign exchange program. Everyone had come.
Yeah, see, that's why they got so many kids in one batch.
Yeah.
Before our batch, there was
Nothing. There was nobody. 6 people came.
Yeah, and 4 passed out of it.
And that's what now. After that good year, they got a nice big bulk, and then after us also they got bulk, but not the same type.
Yeah, they failed that level of marketing. I think it's because Vermeet and all made those videos for them, man.
You know, I'm gonna have to cut out Vermeet's name now. Poor guy. What if he hears this?
No, he made good stuff. No, that's why we
okay.
failed. I'm telling you
I
that.
thought you were saying it's bad.
So the videos that we watched, I
Yeah.
heard that he edited those.
Yeah. He must
Good
have.
stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
after that, I heard Ganesh did. So you want
So
to cut
both
out this?
Vermeet and Ganesh, very good video editors.
Yeah,
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, very, very.
That is the message
very
I'm
good.
trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh man. So okay, yeah. So how was your first? Look, so you find out about the college, you see the videos and all, but then it's actually coming to the college meeting.
No,
Shantanu.
and so for me, Goa was another thing. I desperately want to know more out of house because from 0 to what 20. When did I move out?
24, 25 must be.
25. Yeah, so 25 years of my life.
You were
I was
26
in
when you
Bombay.
joined college, right? Or 27?
No. I was 25. I guess.
25?
26.
20. Because you were definitely 27 while
Aha,
you.
no, 25.
25?
Because 24 I finished my engineering, and
Mm.
24, 25 I would have joined.
Okay. So 25, you come, you desperately want to move out of your house.
Yeah, and Bombay. And Goa was, of course,
The dream.
a very good option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man. So when you first met Shantanu and everyone, what was your first impression of college? Were you like just sold?
Yeah, man, I was pretty much sold.
A little bit closer.
Yeah, I was pretty,
Pretty
much
much
sold. Closer.
So then, they showed, who showed you Prudential and all? must have shown you, right?
Ashish.
Ashish.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It was Ashish. I don't remember. Who else was there to show the?
Anup showed me.
No, Anup was not there. For
Anup
me.
showed me Prudential because he was staying at Prudential.
I think it was Ashish. And by the time I went and saw it, I think there was no one staying there.
No.
I mean, it was empty.
Ashish, man. He was good.
Yeah.
So he showed you everything. What did you think of Prudential when you first saw it? Was this like, finally?
No, man. It was again a flat. It
Yeah.
reminded me of Bombay.
Yeah.
So the moment I shifted to Goa, I wanted to stay in a house, like have a plot and
Yeah.
a small house in the center of it. Or,
Yeah. Just
that
like
sort
this.
of setup. Yeah. So that's why the first time I moved to that blue house.
Yeah. That house, man.
Yeah, man.
How you stayed there, Rahul, I don't know. I'm gonna.
But it
describe
has
this house.
so many memories.
Yeah, for
so
sure,
many.
for sure. But just to describe this house
Yeah.
this is important. This is something I want. I'm talking to the listeners to understand what this house
okay.
was.
Okay.
You go in through the gate. There's a little courtyard and all, and you have this nice big long Goan classic house. Okay, that is not where Rahul stayed. You go all the way behind the house. There's another little I guess not tiled, na? Tiled little backyard with
Yeah.
tiles and a little
Those
balcony,
interlock
you know?
tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was there. One tree and one room with a roof on it. And that is where Rahul stayed. He nicely painted it black at one point, which was very nice. But describe the inside of that house, Rahul, how it was. Where everything was.
Everything was together. There was no space for anything to be scattered around. So,
Yeah.
one small bed, one cupboard, one platform which was kitchen.
Yeah. Your bathroom had the fucking wasp's nest in it or something.
Yeah,
na?
yeah.
Yeah, this whole place, the main thing which I used to find a little bit crazy was that it was overrun by animals of all sorts. So there was the wasp's nest that came. There would be dogs and cats that would wander in. No?
Yeah, wasp was so even I didn't know that wasps could make
Nest.
like a small nest for themselves,
Yeah.
single. So then I googled about it,
Yeah.
and that's when I figured out that they basically do to lay eggs. So when the female's pregnant, they find a secure spot, make a nest, and lay eggs there. And when the babies,
That's my nightmare. I walk into my bathroom and I see that. You didn't do anything also, na? You just let it disappear.
no, yeah, she went after her business was done. The nest was still there.
How you were able to sit in the bathroom with the wasp's nest right there?
No, she was not all the time flying. No, she would also sit inside. I think she would give heat by that. I don't know. But I could see her head poking out of the hole and
Just checking
yeah, she would just
who's
check
there.
who's pooping.
It looks so beautiful here, man. So when you first moved here, did you figure out to come here? Or did you slowly decide?
No, it happened I think after 1 month or 3-4 weeks into the place.
Okay. Yeah.
Someone came down, my cousins came down, and then we all went together. That was the first time. Me, SKP was also there.
This place and that other place near college where we went up behind Akshar's.
You
This-
remember that picture of yours where you changed the sky into an ocean and
Yeah.
fields and then ocean?
That was picture of you which I had, and I can't remember what the other picture was. Some beach ka picture I had.
Yeah.
With that water on it was perfect
Yeah.
and it worked like that so well.
Look nice.
Is Sweetie still there in Akshar's?
I don't know, man.
Cutest little dog ever. I miss her now, dude. But she became very distinct towards the end. She would not want to play with us or anything.
Yeah, she grew up.
But still, dude.
You remember she was a puppy when we...
Yeah, that's true. She was full of love,
so-
full of
yeah,
joy. Sweetie! This reminds me of, you know what? So, I used to roam around with Siddesh now all the time. So, we used to come to spots like this only. We just drive through them and find a nice place that's kind of empty and just see it. So, do it. So, I would do it by car. That's the difference. But I would still like to do it. This reminds me of a lot of on the way to the dam, Thivim and all.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that.
Yeah. This area looks like a proper jungle, man. Like those trees and all.
I'm sure it is, dude. That's all untouched. So, still little bit wild, little bit.
Even this tree, man. This is white.
Do you know why it becomes white?
I don't know.
I think
Or it's a particular tree that.
type of tree that
Yeah.
becomes white. It looks really beautiful.
Yeah, it looks. Oh man.
And it's such a like stark difference in color, right? You have green, yellow.
Look at those two birds
brown.
circling. They must be talking about us. Who are those fuckers?
That's actually a good idea, dude. So, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it, but I had this idea key. Why don't you do a podcast which is like an improv show? Meaning you make up a situation, make up like I don't know, 2 characters or whatever, and then just record a conversation like that. So, it's like a podcast, but it's also like you're doing a performance because you're making up a story. So I keep thinking of weird characters like that. So 2 birds also would be funny because like the ones we've done are like so this was during lockdown only. So we're thinking lockdown ideas. We said, what if there was a guy who does a quarantine podcast, and then suddenly some algae in his fridge comes to life and starts talking to him, and that's the podcast episode that you listen in on. Is that he starts off like, hey everybody, it's day 77 of quarantine, and then suddenly you hear from his fridge and you're like, what is that? What? And then the algae comes, and it would be one of my friends, and they'd be like, hey, fuck you, dude, why is the fridge door shut the whole day? I also want to see what's going on. Stuff like that. Now I'll think of these words also as one. You can also ask me questions, huh? That also is on the table. You don't have to like only answer.
Okay. You got the wrong person for a podcast, man.
I don't think so, dude.
I don't talk to people, man.
You talk to
I'm
me.
not a talker.
We don't just sit and stare at each other, Rahul. We talk to each other, na? That's why. I'll tell you my like philosophy with how I decide on people, because I also don't ask everyone to come, na. I choose people who like without like subconsciously I think about everything all the time, right? So but then there's always times that I'm thinking, oh, you know, what would this person say about that, or I relate some story to that person. So the people who I think of in those moments, I like to keep them in mind. I'll talk to them about it, because I'll suppose like I'll come up with a question then, but sitting here with you also, you never know what question will come up, and I want to know. And then this is the perfect opportunity to have it as a record.
Yeah.
And then that's the record which I'm showing off as a podcast. It's a little bit, it's hard to sell, and it's hard to convince people that it'll always be interesting. But I think it's worth trying, because right now, if you listen to like, especially in India, and I feel like now more over the place because it's so popular, everyone has a podcast about something, you know. Even if it's like anxiety, that'll be the podcast ka full topic, you know. It won't be about anything like, what have the previous episodes of this show been about? Like, I've interviewed Priyanka Paul, who's one visual artist, or my friend Adyot and Mishal, you know, completely different things. And then now I'm sitting in this field and we're talking about it, college and all, it'll always be different. Even this conversation about podcasts also, I find it interesting, because you never hear about I don't know, I feel like a lot of the stuff I watch and I find you never hear like really how it is. You hear like a polished version of it. Even if it's something raw, it's a polished raw. Have you ever thought why you like nature so much? Because I've recently only started liking it, and I still am not fully okay. You
started liking it. This is a surprise.
Yeah. Recently, because of people like you only like that, who take me to all these environments, take me out of my house and make me sit in these pretty places. And I appreciate the beauty, I appreciate the calm, I appreciate what is actually going on in the stuff.
Yeah, so that's about it. That's why even I like it.
Okay.
No, but I think some people connect to it more, and I mean, not everyone will, you know, feel the same about it. So
it's like an acquired
and the reason, could be, but some people are naturally inclined to it. Yeah. So
when was it for you that you felt The first time you felt nature is my place.
I don't know. I don't
No.
remember a moment. No, because
Must have been quite young.
yeah, because since I was small, I used to like all sorts of animals. My school visits to Kerala was all about cows and dogs, and
So
because
perfect.
Kerala had a lot of cows. Like all houses would have a cattle shed with say at least 4 cows inside, at least. And then if they had babies, and
But
that's
this
a
is
bonus.
regardless of whether they were farmers.
Yeah,
Just like that.
every household would have
For what? Milk?
yeah, for daily supply of milk.
That committed.
No, because back then, dude, each house would have 10, say roughly 10 brothers and sisters together.
true.
So that's a huge family,
Yeah,
and
and you can't keep
just
buying milk.
consider making tea for everyone, man. One cow would be tired giving all the milk, right? So
Yeah, you need the second one, third one.
yeah. And then they also, like, nowadays they sell it to the neighborhood itself. Like,
All the houses collectively, or just like separate?
no,
separate houses?
now there are hardly say 5 houses in one village would have cows now, where earlier everyone
Everyone had.
because
their own.
it's good like it's difficult to maintain them. No, you have to clean the shed. They poop where
Feed
they
them
stand.
also.
Yeah, feed them, and put them, like, take them to graze and get them back.
Yeah.
So it's a whole
Yeah, you'd have to be a farmer. That's why I'm asking.
farmer in the sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's
cattle farming.
cattle
we call
farmer.
that.
Yeah. You have to take care of those animals, and you have to make sure they're getting everything they
and
need.
it's an everyday thing. You can't take a break.
Exactly.
So
One day you take a break, your cow will forget where he is, what he's doing. He'll just leave, dude.
yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the big things that have got me, I mean, definitely people are hanging out with you and all the different types of people who brought me into nature has been one thing. But when I got back to Bombay also now,
You missed it.
I did. I missed it so much because
I think it's like dogs, dude. You say dogs have a thing about working the way around humans. Like
Yeah.
everyone ends up falling in love with a dog.
yeah,
Like you said, you are a dog and your dad, sister,
completely
mom.
in
Yeah.
love.
So I think nature is also like that.
That you just
Yeah,
once
if you
experience
start,
it,
yeah,
really,
then it pulls.
you can't let go. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Really, but that's one of the first things that I was like visually shocked by when I reached Goa was just the fields of green, no building in sight. Really, on the way back from south,
Yeah.
oh my god, I felt like, it's weird. In Bombay, I never feel like, oh, Goa. I feel like Bombay is my home, and I enjoy the things about Bombay, and I like the buildings, and I like how it is. But when I came here, I'm like, oh, I'm home. So I'm like, what? So a little bit like I've been feeling this internal conflict. Ki, like, where is home? If I love this also so much, but I love that. Like, I feel like I'm just one of those people. Ki, wherever I am, I see the positives and I settle in. Ki, this is it. This is where I am now. But man,
Even when I go to Bombay, dude, I can't take it now. Like it's.
yeah.
When I'm in Goa for say 6 months straight, I miss Bombay. It's not like I don't miss it. But then if I go back and stay for 3-4 days there, then I'm done. Like I get done with that whole.
Yeah. Just
the-
everything.
It's too fast. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. Like people say Goa is too slow, but then once you get used to the speed, then
Yeah.
I think that's getting back there is more difficult than adjusting here.
Yeah. This first week over here, I think, was a lot like that because really 2 days I just slept. I was at home and I was just hanging out at home. I was just sleeping, relaxing. And I was like, wow, this feels so weird, dude. In Bombay, I feel like in Bombay, really, every day, it was the same routine, but I still felt like I was doing something throughout the day. The
Yeah.
day kept moving.
Yeah.
Goa, it feels really sometimes if you don't let it, the day will stop still, dude. And then that's it. You're just chilling. And it's, I don't know, but I don't like when other people from Bombay who've not lived in Goa, like most people who've not lived here, I mean, they'll always see it a little bit differently. And I don't like that they try and compare their experience to mine. Because then I have to like, no, that's not what I'm doing here, dude.
Yeah, that happens. People usually complain about the thing only, the speed.
Yeah.
Like you don't get anything here on time, and
Oh, dude, I remember when I first found out, the shops fucking close, right, at lunchtime. They close for 2 hours, dude. I was so fucking annoyed because this was for college. We needed
it's more than 2 hours, right?
Is
they,
it?
They started about 1:32.
They'll shut at 2.
and then open at 5.
Oh yeah, fuck, it's even longer.
Yeah.
That's what. It was for college. We had to get stationery, so I needed chart paper and all that shit. And I was like, nahi liya. So I said, chalo, I'll go in lunchtime from college and I'll go and buy. When? Shop's closed. When will the shop open? Nobody is there to tell me. All the shops are closed. I was like, fuck, dude. What is this place? Everyone has decided to shut shop for the evening. And that was my first time when I was like, oh my god.
But it's like this everywhere, man.
Yeah, now
except
though-
for Bombay or
Exactly,
all the
exactly.
metros.
Now I don't even think of going in the afternoon anywhere except for food. That's it. That's the only place I know will be open. Otherwise, there's nothing that's going to be open now. Everyone, like, I should be asleep. You know, Goa is telling me that. Ki, why are you out? Everyone else is inside. You also go inside. It's hot. Go inside, sit, fan. Nice. Some breeze will send you. You know, it's like that. Goa nicely tells you, nice. Rest. Hey, you want to go today? Kya karna hai?
एक beer पी लेना.
Beer पियो. So Rahul, how do you define success?
Great success.
What did you think of the second one? Borat, na?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, second one.
Borat 2, I don't remember watching it.
He comes to America again. He's more famous now, and he has daughter with him.
No. I watched the trailer, I guess, but I didn't watch the...
It's from seeing the first and then second. I saw the first one just before seeing the second one because I'd never seen it before. So I said, of course, now I have to.
But
watch.
that's what, first one was also nice, but I didn't like the whole... like, it was too long and draggy for me.
Yeah.
Like, some scenes of the first part was brilliant, like the intro part and whatever small details he gets into, that is nice. But then the whole... towards the end it got boring, man. The whole hotel sequence and...
Yeah. Then it becomes like, okay, he wants that big finish, but then it becomes the whole thing. Yeah. So that happens kind of in this movie. But this movie, I think what really hits why people liked it so much is because he filmed during lockdown and all in the US.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a scene about that where he's going and he's with a bunch of people who don't believe in the virus and all.
Okay.
And he's partying with them. And then he's made like presidential, whoever that full political scene over there, he's infiltrated that also.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that people are enjoying, I think, in the movie. But overall, it's again that what you just said. It drags on a little bit because it's one joke, right? The one joke is that
This
he's
one man.
crazy. So you keep building on that. It's a little bit thing. What I do like is, have you ever seen Ali G in the House?
No.
That is damn funny. Okay, same Sacha Baron Cohen only, but
Okay.
shuru mein.
Mm-hmm.
What is the character? It's one like proper rapper gangster type dude, wears the full big pants, beanie, glasses, jewelry, everything. What is he? He's running for as his area ka politician, and he just doesn't give a fuck, says anything to everybody. And the thing about Sacha Baron Cohen, he actually goes as Ali G and actually stands for election and actually tries and wins election over the course of the thing. It's a real, he does it in real life as the character. So it's crazy.
Nice.
And like very, very funny. A lot of different character moments and all that. Right, you can hear all bikes and all. But how will they never be able to make it here? I don't know why we're worried. This is a completely cordoned off area. So tell me now, one last, I think, guiding question I have for the podcast is, so now you've been doing photography and all this for a while now. What's something you really enjoy about doing photography and making it and all? I think more than like beyond work and all, so obviously like it's what we do. But is there something specific that you really like still gets you going about it?
Dude, after college and after I joined this jump cut thing, I haven't shot pictures. Like I haven't given myself that time where I take the camera, go out and randomly shoot stuff that I see, which we used to do for college, and it was very satisfying for some reason.
Yeah.
That's the part that I liked about clicking pictures, that the happiness that you get out of it.
Yeah.
But then again, after I joined my job, I started making videos, which was a new thing for me back then, and
I remember.
Again I started enjoying that too. So then I ended up in this question whether I want to do photography or videography or both, and But then again, I thought I'll go with the flow and
Yeah, and I
see
think you
where
can
it's
always do
going.
both. I don't know.
I am not a guy who would, get out of my bed and go do work. I like I need a lot of energy to do it,
Yeah.
which
You need something to get you out of that bed. Just the thing of like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to work is never going to be enough.
Yeah, but then that's what I haven't reached that point yet, where I am pushing myself. So, and I think it'll happen. Like
Yeah.
when this feeling of guilt builds up, there will be a point when you'll be like, yeah,
Karna hai abhi.
abhi to bas ho gaya.
That's why we're doing this also,
Haan,
na? I was telling you.
By the way,
Hmm.
I told you I ordered the FPV remote.
Yeah, we were talking about it. So now, it's set, dude.
It's on the way.
fantastic.
So that's the next thing that I want to,
Move into.
yeah.
So have you thought about stuff that you want to try when you get it?
This is my playground.
This is
bro.
it? Oh, man.
Every day I would come here, whatever batteries I have,
Yeah.
I would drain them and then go.
Oof, you can get a full.
I can
Something
go
fell from the tree. Oh no, it wasn't. It didn't fall. It was a fucking bird fell from the tree, and fucking U-turned and did it in the sky. Wow, it's hiding behind that tree.
Dive.
But yeah, that's what you can do that shit now, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're
That's
asking
gonna
what
be
I would do.
great. That's gonna be great. And I think it's a good idea, dude, because you don't get no shade to the drone guys that are there already in Goa, but they can always do with one more. With stuff that you know and the way you process your thinking.
Even I have got good hopes for it. Let's see.
No, it's something Daniel used to actually tell me, about our college ka people. Is when he first started shooting weddings, he would shoot with different groups, right? So one thing he noticed was that like they were good, had their own style and all, but we had a way of looking at our pictures which we got from that,
Yeah.
like whether it was osmosis or whatever, he yelled at us and we understood, but he
It was
taught us a
brainwaves,
way.
bro.
Yeah, that's
That
what.
was his way of teaching.
That was his way of teaching. He made us big, picky artists who like only the good stuff. That's one thing he gave us.
I think it's more of the right people, came together. I don't think it's
Him only.
because if you say the guys that Daniel spoke about
Yeah.
that are different from our college students,
Yeah.
if they join our college, do you think they would change their perspective? I think it's about perspective, and a group of like-minded people thought that they wanted to pursue this art and they
Yeah.
happened to be together
Yeah.
for some reason. I think it's that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's brainwaves or that sort of stuff. I wish
It's a
I wish
theory.
it was.
It's one theory out of the many. God knows, dude. He could that guy though. Principal, our dear principal, who'll.
Hey, but I feel that whatever we did in college had a lot to.
Of impact.
Yeah, it contributed a lot.
Oh yeah.
It could be just the practice of shooting.
Yeah.
Say 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Or that's what. If I had continued shooting
Yeah.
every week from
It
the
would
point
be-
I
yeah.
left college, I would have been something by now already.
Yeah.
But I didn't go like one
Yeah,
day. So
exactly. Yeah.
that's the whole difference.
But that's
I
always
guess.
the hardest thing, right? That he would tell us is that habit of going and shooting is tough to hold on to.
Yeah.
As a
Hmm.
amateur also, as a pro also, to get up and really do it all the time, because it's not even that you don't want to, it's that you're fucking, like, at least for me, I always get scared, dude. I get scared ki, okay, I'll go out, what if I don't get one good picture also? And it's such a silly worry, but it stays in your head ki, arey, actually what if I don't get, then I'll feel damn
No,
bad.
for me, if I don't get, then I automatically get out the next day.
You're on the hunt.
For me, it's like, yeah.
Then you need
if
to
I,
prove
if
it.
I wanted, no, not about proving. If I
Yeah.
wanted, like, if I, if I have that thought that I need
Yeah.
a set of pictures for my assignment or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
if I try it today, I don't let myself down that I didn't get it today.
Okay.
I'll be more,
Inclined to get it the next day.
Yeah, I'll be more excited the next day too, because I know that this day I'm going to get everything.
Ah,
Or if it didn't happen this, it has happened a lot of times.
yeah.
Like I've went for straight 4 days of shoot, and I've got everything in the 4th day. Like my entire series I've shot in the 4th day.
Fourth day.
Or it could be a 4 days of shoot, and the first day I've got everything, and second, third, 4th day is just
Yeah.
random crap.
No, that's true.
So that's why I believe in time. Being in the right
Place
place at the right time. it's I don't think it's under our control to be planning it and doing it. There's a lot of factors that, like in Kung Fu Panda, that guy says no, there are no accidents.
There are no accidents.
There are no accidents.
Yeah, no, I agree with that perspective actually. That's good.
Because for our visual story assignments, usually we had to go early morning to shoot. So say sunrise if you want to shoot, and you plan that you keep an alarm for 6 o'clock. You get out by 6:30, reach the spot by 7, and then do your shit, and then you might end up waking at 8:30.
Yeah.
And then you leave home in a hurry, but then you will get insane shots that day.
Yeah.
Just because you left late. Yeah.
And then it's never.
And if you go right on time, and then you'll be like,
nothing. It'll make you guess wrong. No man, you're right. It's that it's truly that serendipity that's the in finding things.
You should leave it like at the right spot. You shouldn't like grip onto life as such.
Yeah.
There should be a room for
a little bit of
things to play.
Yeah, I agree. So many times, I think a lot of us, when we roam around, we'll see pictures, like perfect frames in that 1 second, and it'll go.
Dude, this happens to me so many times. When I ride my bike, passing by, you'll see like, you feel like, and then, but then, fucking, I don't stop.
You can't stop.
I'll be like, chhod yaar.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, especially when I went to the bike trip, Himachal, Uttarakhand side. Dude, every 5 minutes you'll be like, okay, I should stop here and click a picture. But then you don't feel like. I think it's more because every day you had this key. I have to reach
a
this
place.
point.
So if you kept stopping, then you never reach.
Yeah. I think it's that pressure.
No, but I have the same thing on my head. Key, like you'll just go out and it'll be the perfect light, and everything you look at, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, or like a optical illusion where you're moving, and then as soon as it clicks, then there's that one perfect frame and you see it, and then you've gone past it already, and you're like, I'm sure it's there, the perfect frame, that winning photo. It happens. That's what really that happens.
And then if you try and go back, also you don't get what you
No,
saw.
it's never there. It's always gone. I feel like it's like a curse of the good eye. You curse to see beautiful things and unable to hold on to them. But when I first came to Goa, it started happening, and I felt like I have to get over this thing of wanting to get all these moments. I came to the thing ki, if I see it, I get thrilled that I saw it also. That means my eye is working.
Yeah.
And I am actually shooting also, it'll work. I keep it
then I keep thinking if we had that thing, they show in Black Mirror, a lens that can just a blink and then you have a JPEG in your memory card.
If that was there, we'd have some of the most beautiful moments.
Then everyone would have it, man.
Everyone
would.
A different definition only of a beautiful moment, what someone else would identify as that.
This whole quality of social media content would go from
khatam.
0 to 100.
And it would be more genuine also.
Yeah. Hey, I saw a post on Insta saying that thing is out. Some company started manufacturing that electronic thing, which has got a processor and a memory storing unit.
But how? Where?
It's already out.
In the lens?
Yeah. Same thing that shows in Black Mirror, no?
But I'm thinking about it as an object. How would it even fit in? What would it be made out of also?
I think it would made out. I don't know about the details. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, but even thinking about it, imagining it would have to be a completely different material, right? It can't be metal and wire, and the processor would have to be a completely different design.
It would be the same material that lenses are made, no?
But then how do you put a processor on that?
So it'll be 2 thin layers, and in between that there'll be a tiny thing.
And it'll fit on the eye.
Yeah.
That would be something, dude. But I always run into that.
So in the ad, they show the device. It looks like the same stuff that they show in Black Mirror. So
that would be something, dude. Yeah. There was another show that had an eye thing like that, but they didn't use it like kind of how Black Mirror does, kind of a different use case.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Brave New World,
which
is based off one famous book also called Brave New World, which is about utopian society kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
And in the show that was there, the society has 3 rules of New London. It's no family, no monogamy, and no privacy. Okay. So you enter the society. The first thing you see, one scientist, she's been called up to one counselor. What is the counselor saying? I've been noticing you've been fucking this one guy a lot. I don't think you should continue that. You're holding him back from everyone else. Everyone else wants you also. They can't have you because you're fucking this guy. And they all have this thing in their eye which connects them to everyone.
Oh,
So everyone can
see
see everyone and
yeah.
everything is recorded. So he starts showing her, ki this is, you fucked him here, you fucked him here, you fucked him here, you fucked him here. And then she just has to be like, okay, yeah, I won't fuck him anymore. I'll fuck somebody else. That's the society they live in. It's and like every night, the whole society is based on this idea ki in the day, you do your work, you do the societal things you need to do to function. In the night, you go and you fuck. Everyone fucks everyone. And there's stratas in the society, so those people fuck those people and those people fuck those people. It goes really deep and all. But the part which I liked was that they have entertainment also, right? How to entertain these people? They have something called the Savage Lands.
Okay.
What are the Savage Lands, Rahul?
No.
They're us. There's cities, people in trucks, people having weddings,
Oh shit.
people robbing people, eating like that in cafe. That's the Savage Lands. And they come there and they have a hotel there and they come and they watch us like normal people who have not had utopian society ka medicine perform these acts of like marriage and cheating, and at the wedding someone will get up and have a gun and all and they'll fake shoot each other and kill each other. All these things which don't exist in the new society, they perform those things. And that's the entertainment factor.
What's the show?
Brave New World. I found it really fantastic. There are lots of these societal things now, which is what I love, because then it really makes you feel like, wow, you could live here. It would be fucked. It would be completely insane. But you can understand how a person can live here and get adjusted to the society, because it is a society. It's not like something else. And it's so closely based on, like, the Savage Lands thing is my favorite thing. The fact that it's like a joke, dude. The joke is that the entertainment is us, the people watching. We are the entertainment of this high society. Don't you love that?
Yeah.
It's great. So do you have any final thoughts, Rahul?
Final thoughts.
Yeah. For this moment in time, while this recording is going on, what are your thoughts right now in this place, in this lovely place?
Silence.
It's a loaded question. I also wouldn't know how to answer it.
No, silence is my answer.
Silence is the answer. Chalo, good. I like
No,
that.
if I'm here and sitting here and chilling here, I really wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah.
So,
But for you guys listening, we have spoken. So yeah.
what are your thoughts?
I'm happy we did this, dude. I've not recorded a 42.3 in a long time. Not since last year, I don't think.
Why 42.3?
I wanted it to sound like a radio channel.
So why not 44.7?
So 42 was from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
Because in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there was the society of people that asked what is the meaning of life, the universe and everything. Now, how to answer that question?
Yeah.
They said, okay, we'll build a supercomputer, which is the smartest computer in the universe that will sit and calculate the answer to this question and tell us what is the meaning of life, the universe and everything. They build the computer and the computer takes like 2000 years. So generations of this planet's society have to sit and wait for this computer to come up with an answer. Finally, it's time. This computer has come up with the answer. The computer is called Deep Thought. Okay. Deep Thought comes up with the answer to what is the question, life, the universe and everything. And what is the answer? 42. Now society is like, what the fuck? What does 42 mean? We've asked you what is the meaning of life, the universe and everything. Deep Thought says, 42 is the answer to the question you asked. But maybe that wasn't the right question to ask. If you want to know the question that you were meant to ask, you need to build another computer which will need to process the answer for another few thousand years, and that's when you will know the question to the answer 42. And in the book, what is that computer but Earth?
Oh.
And then there's other stuff that happens to Earth which fucks up that whole plan which the society had. But that's one thing. So 42 comes from there, and 0.3 is because I'm on the 3rd. That's my birthday. It's a simple number combination to a cool sounding name. Just I always liked the idea of a radio show. You know, even Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was not a book first; it was a radio show. So I liked that idea, and then I said, for 2.3, and now I like the ring of it. Say bye.
Bye.
Say a little bit louder.
Bye.
Okay, bye. That's it. We're done.